Now, this age of upheaval during midlife transition is necessary. This huge upheaval is necessary because if bad things don't happen to us, sometimes we don't change. We don't take the right direction. Interestingly enough, both Mr. Senthil and I had some kind of epiphany and something bad happening to us 8 years ago. Do I have your permission to briefly share something about me? What happened 8 years ago? 8 years ago, during a routine health checkup, I was diagnosed with cancer rectum grade 3. And this was quite a blow. And what happened? I was 69 years old. I was worried who's going to hold my head during chemotherapy when I'm vomiting? How am I going to manage? I was not very worried because I'd made some degree of savings. So I knew I could pay for my health care. But I had to accept the diagnosis, understand that they told me I had a 30 to 50% chance of being dead in 6 months if I didn't take proper action at the right time. So I had to make decisions on what treatment I want, where can I get the best treatment. I had to marshal all my resources, who will help me, what is the amount of money, will my insurance cover, won't it cover? All of these things I had to handle. Now, why I'm sharing this with you was 2016. I personally feel I created the cancer because it was a bad year for me emotionally, mentally. I went through a lot of difficulties with relationships and with my family, with friends, with people I felt betrayed. I had a lot of resentment and I was bottling up all this in me. And I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped loving myself. I told myself, look, okay, you've reached 69, you've done whatever, you've got some name, fame, money, whatever. Why carry on? It's enough. Just stop. There's no point in carrying on. Who's going to care whether you're alive or dead? This kind of very negative I became. And I feel that I created the cancer because otherwise I was reasonably healthy for many years. But having that realization, what I did was I decided that I can make it all right. And though it was not a midlife crisis, it was a little late life crisis. I completely transformed my life in the past 8 years. And I have no evidence of cancer in my body. 3 normal PET scans. The marker for cancer is gone. It's been normal continuously for 5 years. So if I can overcome something like that at this age, anybody can overcome anything in their health. That is my message to all of you. So thank you for listening to my personal story. So sometimes it takes an upheaval to kick sense into our heads. Till then, we are very complacent and we carry on in a comfort zone. So sometimes don't regret that something major disturbed you. So if you have an optimistic outlook, you have the right resources, and we are willing to be your resource person, guiding you, helping you, and you create emotional resilience. I'm a resilience coach. So we teach people how to bounce back. I have a concept called stress fitness, where I say you build up your skills from young age so that no matter what life throws at you, you will be able to navigate the waters of your life, not just midlife. And remember that rejection is actually telling you that you're living your life in the wrong direction. It's giving you redirection towards something which is much better. And that is exactly what has happened both in Mr. Senthil's life and my life. So what are the things we worry about as we are growing older? We worry about our mental, physical decline. So we'll teach you how to be mindful and not have a mind full of stuff. So how do you overcome? We'll teach you how bringing the importance of self-care, how daily physical activities matter. And no matter what physical state you're in, you don't have to go to the gym and lift weights. There are many other low intensity physical activities which can stimulate the brain and help you. Then staying continuous learning is very, very crucial to keep the brain going. Because as far as the brain is concerned, if you don't use parts of the brain, you use it or lose it. And understand that neurons that fire together will wire together. So the more you do something, the better the connections get, the tighter the connections get, the more your brain responds and will support the activity. In nature, there is no room for redundance. So if a particular neuron is not doing a job, the system gets rid of it. It doesn't keep it doing less efficiently. Then managing your chronic health issues, get into a good relationship with your doctor and create a plan. Self-care is very important. Self-care is not being selfish. So self-love is important. Self-kindness is important. Self-compassion is important. I didn't have all that when in 2016 when I was going through this crisis. And I feel that landed me into where I was. Also, I did not restrict myself just to the allopathic. I approached all physical, mental, spiritual, social, emotional balance. So holistic therapy. And we advocate holistic therapies and we bring in a lot of other programs as well. In fact, tomorrow I'm doing a free Ho'oponopono Hawaiian prayer workshop between 7 and 8:30 a.m. All of you are welcome to join it. Please join my WhatsApp group. All the information will be there. Securing financial stability. I'm not going to talk at all about this because Mr. Senthil is going to do a beautiful presentation for you on exactly how to handle this. But what we need to know is we need to know where we are. We need to understand the benefits of retirement planning, not when we are old, but when we are younger. And we have to get financial literacy. None of us is taught about how to manage money or what is money throughout school, college, nowhere. Unless you are actually doing something related to finance, like being a chartered accountant or something. The average person, and particularly women, we are never taught anything about finance. I, for instance, knew nothing about finance. I just sort of stumbled along and did what I, as and when I felt what I felt. But luckily, I'm not too bad. I got to a reasonably comfortable state. Many of us, when we reach midlife, we feel that we are no longer relevant. Nobody values us anymore. We are not important for anything, especially when you retire. You had this presence in the office, somebody recognized you for what you were, etc. So when you retire and you're sitting at home, you're just that gentleman who's retired and sitting there. They're very happy. You take your rest. That's the way the family looks at it. But taking rest after retirement is the worst thing you can do. What you need to do is start pursuing your passion, start pursuing your hobbies. Because if you sit down and just say, I'll do nothing post-retirement, you will actually decrease your longevity, decrease your health. One of the ways to open up is to volunteer. There are a lot of NGOs who need our help. We all have special talents. We have a lot of wonderful things we can do. So go and offer your services to them. And just tell them, listen, I'm here to do it free. I'm an expert in this. I can do this for you. And when you are feeling irrelevant, sit down, evaluate what are the goals you can get. What can you do something which you've been wanting to do all your life? If you start sitting and focusing on that, it helps you to stay motivated and focused. The other thing which happens to him during midlife is the emptiness syndrome. The children have grown up, gone away, just the father and mother are there, and they're feeling very lonely. They feel that they have nothing to do because they have made their entire life about their parenting responsibility. Actually, if you look in nature, what we do as humans is very wrong and abnormal. When a tiger gives birth to tiger cubs, it looks after the cub, protects the cub, but as the tiger cub grows, it teaches the cub to hunt. And then when it is able to hunt on its own, the mother just lets the tiger cub go. But we don't. We carry on holding on to our children till they are 30, 40, 50, and some of us become overprotective and actually restrict our children. In fact, I have a one-to-one coaching client who keeps saying, I feel I'm in a box. I feel I'm in a cage because he's 39 and his mother is still controlling him. And she's being very overprotective. And when you talk to the mother, she says, I said, as a child, unless you fall, how will you learn to walk? She said, no, madam, my fear is that he should not fall. I've been preventing him from falling. I've been protecting him from falling. Now, if she's no longer there, how is he going to handle stress in his life? So this is another thing that we do. So when you have your children have left home, find your peers, make friends, spend time with them, and look at this as freedom. I tell women with menopause, when they're struggling, I tell them, actually, you're free from the menstrual pressures of menstruation. So embrace this time as a time of freedom. Loneliness, abandonment. See, you can just go out into the community and do so many things. Engage in helping others. Then you've got technology. You can do, FaceTime, and you can talk to your family, whether they are here or wherever they are. And loneliness, best friend is the having a pet. It if you're a if you have a dog, for instance, you will get unconditional adoring. The dog will adore you and you will feel great. Let me tell you that. So this is the time for you to also address your regrets and your unpursued dreams. What are the stages of your dream life? Somebody please mute yourself. Okay. We have to. Yeah, they've all muted themselves anyway. Sorry about that. It cuts the flow. Anyway, when we are doing our dream life, understand that there are stages for our dreams to realize. And initially, you want to identify a dream and say that your life is not a black hole, that you cannot have dreams, you don't have the right to have dreams. Create comfort. Take a dream and understand how you feel about it. Try it out. So life feels good. That should be the emotion that you have. Then you create happiness from the dream so that you're happy to be alive and you're happy to be pursuing that dream. And Mr. Senthil will tell you how this dream can also help you to create wealth. And then not only will you have your dream life, you will also have the wealth to fuel your dream life and your health, which will also help you to fuel your dream life. Remember that we were all children once. Over the development and our subconscious suppression and repression and all that, what has happened is we have forgotten to be in touch with our inner child. We have lost the sense of wonder. When we see beauty around us, everything, God's creation, there is so much beauty around us. So stop being regretful. Appreciate the beauty around you, like in the Sadhguru video. Look at nature. There is so much to appreciate and be thankful for. And learn to live a life of gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have. Count your blessings. And remember that self-love, self-respect, self-approval, and self-worth are not being selfish. So don't fear death, but be more frightened of a life that you did not live properly. You wasted your life. That is something to regret on your deathbed. So you don't have to live forever. You just live this life well. And you'll find that not only will you create meaning and legacy and all those wonderful things I said under a purpose-driven life, that you will also be happier. So understand that death can happen to any of us anytime. Be aware of your mortality and understand that we don't have time to waste. So be in the present. Our bodies are always in the present. So don't keep your mind in the past and your body in the present. Then you cannot progress. So keep your mind and your body in the present and you'll find that, and don't worry about the future. Just use today, make the best of today, do your best today. And we are there to mentor you. Understand that when you join communities like this, the power of meeting like-minded people is there. And your social interactions, if you're a person who's been isolating yourself, it gives you an opportunity for social interaction. And of course, we've got all the social media way of interacting with others, but be careful about this and getting addicted to it. So transforming midlife crisis into midlife opportunity is time to reinvent yourself. It's as simple as that. But when we do that, focus on things that matter and things that you can control. Don't waste your time on other things. See, there are 3 circles. One is the circle of control. The second circle is circle of influence. Third is the circle of concern. Things that you can control, yes, you will be focused there. Circle of influence is things that are not entirely in your control, but which you can influence and bring into your control. Like money, for instance. But circle of concern are things which are totally out of your control. But majority of us are worrying about all that, and we don't get into the circle of influence and circle of control. So what are the things that you can control? Your boundaries. Lay boundaries. So much and no more. You have to tell people where how much they can, how close they can get to you. Your thoughts and actions, the goals you set, what you give your energy to, how you talk to yourself, and how you handle challenges. These are totally out of your control. But many of us are focused on this. What will happen to me? What will other people think of me? What will be the outcome of all these efforts I'm taking? Okay, my wife, I've told her so many times, but she doesn't take care of herself. You can't control how others take care of themselves. Oh, I did this and so has this bad opinion about me, good opinion about. You can't control the opinions of others, the actions of others. You can't control the future. You can't control the past. So stay here because that is totally within your control and work on it. And set a vision and set achievable goals that will inspire you to move forward. This is called inspired action. And when you work with us, we have a WhatsApp class coming up on Friday and Saturday, I think, 2 days. And we've also got a bigger program where we go into greater depth. So we'll tell you about those things. But your goals have to be such that you feel they are attainable. Because setting a goal and not making it achievable will defeat you. And it's all about mindset change. So if you change your mindset, you can get into 20x happiness. And just listening to us going away is not enough. What you need to do is follow through and have overlapping action. We have mechanisms for that, and we will help you and guide you how to do that. And once you achieve your goals, don't stop there. You have to be consistent on working of the learned strategies that you have learned to transform.